FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
So there are two different things to think about when you're thinking about organic foods. First category is produce. So that's your fruit and your vegetables, your fruits and your vegetables. There's no real scientific data that demonstrates that higher cancer rates occur with conventional produce, or what's otherwise known as non-organic produce, when washed. So both conventional and organic foods, when they're washed, residues on both are negligible. However, the concern is long-term effects. So we look at immediate results from scientific data. You take 2 apples, wash them both well. There's no real concern of any sort of pesticide, herbicide residue on either one. However, if there's a tiny, tiny amount on conventional versus organic, over 20, 30 years, what does that do? And today, unfortunately, we can't answer that question. However, the problem is that organic foods are really, really expensive these days, and in a tough economy, it's pretty much impossible to buy fully organic. So what do? The Environmental Working Group is an organization that supports kind of natural organic foods, and they've come up with 2 different groups, the Dirty Dozen and a new group called the Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen are foods that are naturally grown with higher amounts of pesticides, herbicides, whatever, because they're more prone to infestations by weeds, pests, insects, whatever. So these are the ones that if you can buy organic at all, probably a good idea. And you don't have to hurry up and jot down the list. I've included it on your handout for you so you have it. So these are the ones that you need to worry about. The Clean 15, don't even bother. They're not susceptible to infestations. It's pretty safe to have these conventional. So that will help you moderate the price of what you're choosing. So that's kind of the produce. That's the fruit and vegetables side of it. As far as animal products go, the concern is what? Growth hormones and antibiotics that are given to the animals and then are found in the meat and the milk or the dairy products that you consume. For conventional poultry and pork, in the United States, it's actually illegal to give growth hormones. So people come to me all the time and they're so proud of themselves and they're like, I'm not getting growth hormones at all from my pork. And I'm like, yeah, you're not, because you're getting it from the United States. It's marketing. They can charge a little more, so this is your defense. Don't worry about buying hormone-free poultry and pork. It is anyway. Beef is a different story. Beef in this country can be given growth hormones, and they can be given antibiotics. Now, back up a second to poultry and pork. Yes, those animals can be given antibiotics. That's not really the concern when you're looking at cancer or long-term chronic diseases. Usually it's the growth hormones. So if antibiotics are a personal concern for you, then you can still absolutely buy organic poultry and pork. If it's just the growth hormones that are concerned, don't even worry about it. When you get to beef, if you're concerned about both, yes, it's probably a good idea to buy either organic or meats that are labeled as no hormones administered. The labels aren't technically allowed to say no hormones or hormone-free because naturally all animals have their own set of hormones, so that's not technically correct. So you'll find on the label no hormones administered for beef and dairy products. On dairy products, you might also see no hormones or antibiotics added. Probably a good idea to kind of take a middle-of-the-road approach. When you can buy organic, fine. If you're buying fresh foods at a market and you don't know, it's your favorite cheese and you don't know or you can't get it organic, it's fine. Go ahead and enjoy a little bit of it because you're doing a good job of avoiding the hormones in your foods otherwise, okay? So I think a moderate approach is what's most appropriate here.